Hello friends, and welcome to The Hanged Man in the Moon. I hadn't planned to be doing this video today because I hadn't planned for this to arrive. But what arrived was a gorgeous Lenormand deck. Actually, there should be two Lenormand decks in here. The regular size and a mini. These were self-published by a lovely woman named Mendy from Artistry and Tarot. And I wanted to film this video quickly for two reasons. One is because I wanted to say thank you so much to her, because there was a very limited supply and my being able to get these decks was a true blessing. I'm really excited to show them to you and to work with them. The second reason is I heard a rumor through the grapevine that she might be putting these up on Make Playing cards for people to print on demand. So if she does do that, I'd like to give her sales a little bit of a boost, because I really think this is going to be a phenomenal, simple, and clean reading Lenormand deck, or two Lenormand decks. So let's take a look. I'll turn the camera down and let's take a look. So this is how I received this lovely Lenormand. And what I had thought to do at first was to put these two Lenormands alongside a traditional, for example, the Game of Hope Lenormand deck to compare. But on reconsideration, these images are going to be so clear, we don't need to compare them to an older traditional deck. We can look at them fresh right now, right here. So this is the Butterfly Lenormand, and you can see that Mendy has chosen this lovely butterfly pattern for the packaging. Beautiful attention to detail. I'm so grateful for her work, and for being able to get this very limited supply of decks. So again, here is the packaging for the two decks. Set this aside for just a moment. And this is a bag that she made. Yeah, she purchased the bag, and then she made a stencil with this butterfly and then the name Butterfly Lenormand by Mendy, and I can't read her last name, and it doesn't look like the last name that I saw on PayPal. So I'm not going to try to read this as it is. Yeah, so let's just call her Mendy, because that is the name I know. And she is from Artistry of Tarot. Lovely bag. I'm so glad to have this. I think there's one more bag inside of here. She also sent a note along, which is very kind, in which she says, and let me read it off camera. Yes. Oh, okay. She says, thank you. She also says, thank you for my patience. And to me, patience was not necessary. She was extremely helpful. She went beyond the call of customer service, and she's such a kind person. I love all that she has done, and I'm going to love this Lenormand deck. And I really, really, really hope that she puts it up on Make Playing cards. Okay, so let's take a look. Bag. We've seen the bag. Let's look at what's inside this very, very cute packaging. Okay, so opening it up, and we have, oh, look at that. We've got butterfly washi tape. See, her attention to detail is phenomenal. And I'm going to rip this apart. I'm very sorry. Ripping apart. Turn your eyes if you don't like to see paper ripping. And oh, look at this. And here is another bag. Okay, yes. Okay, so Mendy done. That's correct. Okay, so yes, this is also Mendy done. All is good with the world. So here we have two very small Lenormands, which is wonderful. If you know anything about Lenormand and the Grand Tableau, having Two-sized decks can be very helpful, and I will show you why in just a moment if you don't know. But look at this bag. It's very cute. Side by side, gray and white. Lovely, lovely. Very durable bags. And I love this butterfly that she attached to this bag. Very, very cute. Opening up the butterfly bag. And we have the two decks. Here we go. Okay, let's take the baby out first. Okay, oh, look, she's got butterfly boxes for them. I didn't expect that. Oh, look at that. Okay, so here we have some butterfly boxes for the butterfly Lenormand. And you can see that the size is different from a traditional Lenormand shape. They're both absolutely square. Yeah, and they're both in tuck boxes, which is wonderful. I mean, it's fine because I have bags for them, right? And she clearly designed these boxes. They're lovely. And let's open them up. Here's the bigger one. The butterfly Lenormand. And here is the smaller one. Very small, the butterfly Lenormand, looking extremely cute. Looking extremely cute. On the smaller one, we can see her name again. Yeah, by Mendy Dunn, copyright 2021. So this is a deck that she created or published by herself very recently. Very, very recently. I love the title card. I love the colors on this. This deck is going to be a very colorful deck. These decks, I should say. And let's see, should I try zoom? I should try zooming in a little bit more because these, again, are very, very small decks. As a good Lenormand should be. Especially when laying a grand tableau. Okay, let me get this into frame. I want to go this way. I want to go this way. Okay, okay. So forgive me if this is not completely square, but you get the idea. So here we are with, oh, we have another title card. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Now, this is like a little mini book, yeah? Here we have positive cards will have a white butterfly, negative cards will have a black butterfly, neutral cards will have a multicolored butterfly, which I think is very helpful to remember, especially if you're learning Lenormand, to be able to remember which ones are positive, which ones are negative, and which are neutral. Now, some people, like me, also refine these down a little bit more so that I will have positive, positive neutral, neutral, negative neutral, and then negative. And everybody's decisions about which are positive, which are negative, and which are neutral can be slightly different, but some are very, very clear. So let's see how this goes. And then we have by Mendy Dunn, copyright 2021. Very, very nice. And here we have on the mini deck without a book, positive cards will have a white butterfly. Neutral cards will have a multicolored butterfly. Negative cards will have a black butterfly. So we've got all of that explained in the mini deck. So here we have the rider, very clearly a rider going to the right. And look at the texturing on these colors. That's what I loved about this deck. While they are silhouettes, these are all going to be silhouettes. The colors are very beautifully textured. And here we have the multicolored butterfly, indicating that it is a neutral card, which is true. I would call it positive neutral, but a neutral card. It can go either way. We have the card association. We don't have an insert, but we have the 9. We have the heart in red, which is helpful. And then we have the number off to the side. Perfect. Here we have the Clover. Look at the texture on this card. And we have a white. Yeah, it's a positive card. 6 of diamonds. Here we have the ship. A neutral card. 10 of spades. Here we have the house. You can see that these are going to be very easy to read, right? The image is so clear. King of hearts. I like that even though this is a little, not exactly a silhouette, right? We have some structure here, which is nice for the house, yeah? For the ship, This is fine. And I love that this is like a Viking ship. Yeah, we don't need more detail. But for the house, I like having the windows, the door, yeah, having a little bit more detail on this one. Look at this tree with the colored leaves. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And it's a neutral card. Here we have the clouds. And it's good. We have a dark side. We have a light side. I love the color in the background of these clouds. That navy, almost slightly purplish navy. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see the slightly purple color tone to this navy, can't you? It's one of my favorite colors in the world. Okay, snake, wonderful, wonderful. We see stripes on the snake. We see it's winding off to the side. It's a negative card, Queen of Clubs. The coffin. Okay, good. And this is also very clear. We have the wide end here. We have the narrow end here. So if you read directionally with the coffin, it's all here. This deck has it all, everything that's needed. The bouquet, look at those flowers. You can definitely see that this is a variety of flowers bundled together, and it's a positive card. Here we have the scythe, and here, again, look at this texture. Look at the texture in the scythe itself. It's beautifully done. Absolutely beautifully done. Negative card, I suppose. Yeah, it's not a multicolored butterfly. Doesn't exactly look black to me. And really, the scythe can be a negative neutral card for me as well. Because while it can also mean harvesting. Now, there's a slightly positive meaning possible. And some people read this blunt end as being something that's being nudged or prodded. Okay, here we have 11, the whip, definitely a negative card, right? And look at the way the colors in the whip are. And here we have the birds. I like having two birds here. Yeah, so we have that pairing idea possible. We also have communication possibly more clearly read. It's a neutral card. I love that. Here we have the child. Okay, I love that the child is not a baby, but a child, a young person, but clearly able to read. Neutral card, yes. A fox. I look at that tail on the fox. We don't need the whole body, right? I love the design of this fox and the color, that red-orange color. Lovely. And negative card or negative neutral. So I would read this as negative neutral because the fox can also be cleverness, yeah? Thinking outside of the box, doing what needs to get done can also be read that way. Here we have the bear. And we have a beautiful bear. Can you see the texture in the bear? And it's a neutral card. Definitely a neutral card. And the star. We have many stars here. It's just probably a constellation and it's just not coming to me. But I love the stars. And it's a positive card. Yes, it is. We have the stork. Yes. Okay, my preference, I always like to have as... Kelly in Truth and Story says she likes to have a stork that is taking off, as in flight, because of that, getting that movement feel to it, but it's not a make or break thing for me either. I love this stork. I love the colors on the stork. And it's a neutral card, although neutral positive for me. Let's see, the dog. The dog, neutral positive for me, although it says neutral here. I love this dog. I love her choice. And I like that this is actually a dog image. You can see eyes and a nose. Makes it more friendly looking, right? Here we have the tower. Looking somewhat like a Rapunzel, like a tower to me. Although there is a door and Rapunzel's tower did not have a door to it. Yeah. Here we have a neutral butterfly. Colors in this deck are lovely. Look at the sky, the way she textured the sky, and the bridge in the garden. So this is the garden card, yeah? Butterfly, neutral positive. And here is the mountain. Yes. One thing that is a little bit difficult on this card for me is I'm not sure which. Okay, so if I'm looking for the way around in this card, I guess I would have to choose this area, because this looks like there could be a valley here and a way around the mountain. Okay, that works. That works. I'd like to have a path, or perhaps if this mountain had not been here, but you know, I can see a way around on this side. Negative card. Yes. And here we go with paths. I like that there are two choices here. So from this side to this or this card, yeah? Coming from here, and what are the two choices this way and this way for this deck? Neutral card. Here we have the mice, a negative card. So which end is going to be the mouth and which end is going to be the butt on this one? I'll think I will have to choose this mouse as being the most active one. So this will be the side where things are getting eaten away, and this will be the side where things are being sullied or dirtied. Okay, so here we oh, look at that heart. Look at the, I keep saying the texture of the colors in this deck are lovely, which is why I really wanted to get a hold of this deck. And we have, yes, it's a positive card. Here we have the ring. And look at this, there are two rings here, yeah? That kind of, it's not only marriage, it's a commitment card, right? Sometimes a contract card. And seeing these two rings bound together reminds us of that. That it's not just like wedding or marriage, relationship. It can also be a contract, right? A binding. These could be friendship rings as well. Lovely. And here we have the book. Okay, so the binding is clearly on this side. The open side is clearly on this side. So if you read directionally with the book, we have that. I love that there's a bookmark with a butterfly on this. It's lovely. Such witty design to this deck. Speaking of witty design, look at the seal on the letter. There's a butterfly wax seal on this letter. Very clever. I love that. Neutral card. Yes, it is. And here we have significator A. And let's put them by significator B. I'm sorry, okay, no, I'm sorry. What am I saying? These are aces. So, oftentimes, usually in a traditional Lenormand, 28 is the man, 29 is the woman. Yeah, ace of hearts, ace of spades. But here we can see that we have a significator and the other person. And the significator here could be the man, could be the woman, could be the man, could be the woman. So what I will do for this deck is, whether the person is a man or a woman, I will put the significator here in this card, and their partner, whether that be a male partner or a female partner, will be in this card. Beautifully done. Beautifully thought out. Same works for the mini decks. It's a very, very clever idea without having to add extra cards. And here we have, I love this lilac on the lilies, the background color. And we have lilies. Clearly they're lilies. Color variation is lovely. I would see this as a positive card or a positive neutral card, but yes, lilies. And here we have the sun. Here comes the sun. Da, 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 da. Positive card. I love the image that she chose rather than just this big round blotch in the center. I love this sun image. And here we have them. Okay, so I just thought I love the sun not being a big old circular blotch. Here we have a big old circular blotch, but it works for the moon. Yeah, I like this for the moon as well. Positive card. Love the texture in the sky. Love the color in the background. And then here we have an orange background for the key. Beautiful. I love the texture on the key and the shape of it as well. Positive card. 33. 34. Fish. Look at these fish. The attention to the textures is lovely. And here we have number 35, the anchor. Yes, a positive card. It's good that we have that here because it looks kind of negative just in the color of the I see where she's going. Yeah, we have an iron anchor. It's a textured black, but it's still a very heavy looking thing, which is what an anchor is, right? It's heavy. It's something that will keep us stable, yes, and work as well. but positive. It's a positive card. And the cross, a negative card. Absolutely lovely. Now, why did I want both decks? If you haven't figured that out yet, if you work with houses, having a larger deck that you can place a smaller deck on top of can be very helpful. So for example, here we would have the anchor in the house of the cross. So you could either lay out the full tableau with the larger cards, for example, tong, tong, tong. Now I'm not going to do a full reading. Now you could do the full tableau, or you could do a 9 card with this chosen randomly, yeah, with these cards laid down as the houses, and then you would choose other cards to lay on top of them for the main idea of the reading. So here we would have, for example, if it came up like this, we would have the fish in the house of the cross, the key in the house of the anchor, and the moon in the house of the fish. So fish in the house of the cross would be, there's some burden. Yeah, our source of income, our source of abundance is somehow burdened. But that's okay, because our yes card is in the house of anchor. So the work is correct. The work we are doing is good, even though it feels burdened. Our abundance feels burdened at the moment. However, that could be our fish card. In the house of the fish, we have the moon. So maybe we have a side business which will begin to show abundance soon. I mean, that's one way to, I'm just cold reading without any questions and without the full set of cards reading this. But yeah, you can see how this could work. And having 2 sets of cards, a mini and a large card, from the same set, from the same design, I think is also a beautiful thing. So I can use this deck, or this pairing of decks, in so many ways. I could just do large 9 card spreads, or 6 card spreads, or arrow strip spreads, or whatever with the large deck, or I could use the large deck for houses and use the small deck on top of it, or I could do just the small deck for a grand tableau that would perhaps fit nicely on camera. There are so many choices and ways of using these 2 decks together, which is why I really, 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 really wanted to get both of them. And I'm really, really, really grateful to Mendy for making both of them, and to the universe for my being able to get both of them. I'm so thrilled with these 2 decks. Thank you very much, Mendy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And to you all who have seen this, keep an eye out. Hopefully Mendy will, at Artistry of Tarot, will put these on Make Playing cards, and they will be available to everyone, because this is gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. And so, friends, now and always, I wish you, well, what do you want? Do you want me to try? No, I'm not going to do a reading for this. I'll leave it at this. I wish you love, joy, well-being, and pure awareness. Thank you.